Welcome back, guys. Got another breezy one down here today in Southwest Florida. I usually walk along the Punta Gorda waterfront. Figured I'd switch things up for you today and take you by the Port Charlotte side of things. I'm down in an area near Grassy Point. This is a lot of waterfront property down here, just over the bridge from Punta Gorda. In fact, we might be able to see the bridge. By the way, that's a house behind me, right here on the edge of the road. Kind of crazy. As you can see, still some lingering water damage they got here as well, some things they have to clear up. Don't know if you're gonna be able to see the bridge back there, but wanted to kick it off with an article from Yahoo, always reliable, Yahoo, stating Florida's retirees are fleeing the state. We do know we have a lot of people leaving for various reasons that have been here for a long time. They're saying that experts are predicting these 5 new states will be the top retirement spots in the next coming years. Those include Arkansas, Iowa, Texas, and of course everybody's favorite, North Carolina. So I didn't know that there was actually a term in North Carolina. I have a buddy up there for Floridians who have, people who've moved to Florida from the north and then they've gone to North Carolina. They call them halfbacks because they went halfway back north. But North Carolina is still on fire, guys. We do have a lot of people heading there. I have friends that live there. They say they see a lot of Florida plates, a lot of out-of-state plates. Things are still selling very quickly out there. Obviously a drastic difference from my area of Southwest Florida. The Florida market as a whole, kind of slowing. I don't really know where there's bidding wars going on right now. You guys, if you see them, let me know, you tell me. But I don't see that going on down here, where I still see stuff up in that area pretty much going over ask within days. And unless it's priced extremely competitively here, you're not gonna see that. So I don't know. I talked to a lot of people from the channel who have diverted their retirement plans. They've kind of shifted originally from Florida to other states. But the challenge, even when I look at it for myself, because what do we get? I'm on my 4th or 5th hurricane now. And luckily I've been, I've fared very well through all them. And I'm just like, well, where am I gonna be warm if I leave? So, there's challenges here in the state, but I think eventually we'll overcome them. And sometimes the bar is gonna be set anew and people are just gonna have to adapt. Texas being on there was kind of interesting to me because from what I understand, the Texas market as a whole is also experiencing some slowdowns. I know they have their own challenges with insurance and property taxes there as well. So I was kind of surprised to see that. But even Iowa, beautiful state, I've been there. It's a beautiful place. It's just, it gets very cold. So the drastic shift seemed a little odd to me. But I have sold a lot of my listings for sellers who have left the area and gone back up north, whether to be with family or they don't want to deal with another hurricane or they just can't afford the area anymore. So I have seen people go back into the Midwest, into the northern states. So as Yahoo states, retirees are fleeing because they know the risks, they know the insurance risks and everything else that's going on here now. But that's also people coming here. They know the risk coming in, where previously they didn't. This wasn't really widely reported, and now it's at the point where the media is covering our insurance crisis. So if you're purchasing in Florida, odds are you've done your research and you know what the situation is. So it's resulting, which I'm happy about, in a lot more informed buyers. I got to tell you guys, this year I've never seen buyers as savvy, and it may be because a lot of you guys come from the channel, but it's just, you guys are on top of your stuff. Like everyone who comes down here, they kind of know what's going on. If not, I do sit down, give them a consultation, and kind of tell them, hey, are you aware? These are the insurance challenges. This is what's going on if you buy in a flood zone. This is what's, you can expect if you don't have hurricane impact windows. This is kind of the cost. I try to do like a consult for people who don't know. So while some people are seeing that and saying, not for me, others, obviously, because they're still buying, are saying, that's fine. I'm aware of the risk, and I know a lot of people don't agree with it, but I'd rather have everybody be informed. I'm just happy that people are informed. So this is actually the community of Grassy Point behind me. This is a gated community waterfront in there. Everywhere I'm walking today is waterfront. Again, this is the Port Charlotte side of things, but you're basically right on the harbor like you would be in Punta Gorda Isles. This specific area, you don't have canals really. You may have like one street that you have to go down and then boom, you get full-blown water access. So the homes here, a little older, some of them, not as built up as some of the ones you'll find in Punta Gorda Isles, as you'll see as I walk by. We already saw some debris on this walk, and I'm sure, I don't know, we may see some more, but a very want to say varying style of homes, ages in this area. You can get stuff in the age range in Punta Gorda Isles from like the 60s and up, but they are a deed restricted community, so there are certain requirements where here it's a little more of a mixed bag. You can really get something for everybody. Like I think, I don't know, is that a putting course in there? This guy's got a putting green in there. That's pretty cool. I don't think that fence would be allowed in PGI. Stuff like that is where you're gonna find some differences, a little more lax here. Now getting on new construction, new home sales decreased sharply to 610,000 as an annual rate in October, according to the Calculated Risk blog. And why that's a big deal is, according to the Census Bureau and Department of Housing and Urban Development, that's a 17% decrease from the prior month. 17% less sales from the previous month of September for new construction homes across the country. 9.4% less than it was at the same time last year. So that's a big deal, guys. Nationwide, new construction sales are slowing down. That could mean that in the future, builders are going to stop their production or slow it down, at least to accommodate for that. Down here, they don't seem to be doing that. It's full steam ahead all across Southwest Florida from what I see. Even I drove past the new Taylor Morrison at Esplanade on Burnt Store the other day. They've got the gate up, they've got the land cleared. They're starting with another, God knows how many homes. I don't even know the exact number, but you have Toll Brothers down there. You got D.R. Horton just broke ground on a community there. They're still finishing Heritage Landing down there in Punta Gorda, so they're not stopping. Plus you have independent builders like Miranda Homes is building all along Burnt Store and in that surrounding area. A lot of new construction still going on as the sales are slowing nationwide. They've already slowed here. You can see that in the deals and the incentives. And for the first time, I can't recall. So for the first time ever, I saw Black Friday home sales. Never really seen that before. Black Friday specials, Black Friday deals. You guys know the drill though, the incentives that these home builders have been offering, whether it's rate buy downs, whether it's closing cost assistance. At this point, they are starting to adjust pricing. We're getting towards the end of the year here. They want to move inventory. I think we've sort of passed that point, unless it's going to be a move-in ready within 30 days where they're going to close something this year. If you have to have anything built, it's not going to happen. Even stuff under construction, out of permitting, is not going to probably get built before the end of the year. So if you can find a move-in ready right now, they'll probably give you a slamming deal, and if you can close in under 30 days, but it's going to be tough. So as we come into peak listing season, which you guys know is going to be a frenzy here, I believe we're going to see a lot of listings. We're going to have very competitive builder offers still out there. They're not going to tighten up the offers, guys. We'll see what happens after the first of the year, but I suspect that there's going to be probably a slow move for new construction price-wise until the middle of the quarter. And if they don't start hitting the numbers they want, they're going to get really aggressive again. So the incentives and things they throw out there change all the time. They change day to day. They change sometimes hour to hour when you're in the place. But generally, they want to make a deal on stuff that they're spec building, so they'll work with you. But it's going to be interesting how it's going to impact our seasonal market here. You guys know how I feel. I think it's going to continue to cause problems for people who are looking to do resale. Now, if you're looking to purchase on the water, someplace like here, yeah, you're probably not going to get a better deal if you build a house brand new as opposed to a resale home, because you're paying for prime location and things like that. There are different, if it's not location specific, probably going to get the best deal. If you want to build something new on the water, new construction is going to probably be more expensive. So walking through here, guys, they do have two houses for sale right across the street from each other. So it's this one right here. A lot of trees, can't get a great look at it. And this guy right across the street, both waterfront, a little older style. I'm gonna pull them up and see what they're asking for those. Oh, there's one at the end of the road too. Is that a sign? I'll have to go see. It's not a bad view for December. It's funny, I always see like Christmas stuff out. But I feel like, because I'm from up north, I'm supposed to be cold right now when I see Christmas trees and Christmas decorations. It never meshes with me. Always kind of fries my brain. To this day, I've been here 10 years and I still can't get it. Wrap my head around it, that sometimes it's 85 degrees on Christmas and I'm in shorts. And it's December, I'm in shorts right now. So that's another reason, guys, as much as Florida has its challenges, you know what I mean? It's kind of hard to get that in a lot of other areas of the country, especially in December. But yeah, this is a house listed down here too. Look at this. We're gonna take a look at this guy. Right at the end of the cul-de-sac, right out into the water. I'm interested to see what these are going for. So we'll take a look. All right, guys, so we're gonna take a look at these houses, but I'm gonna show you kind of a satellite view where I am in Florida. For those who don't know, this is the Port Charlotte area. This is Charlotte Harbor. Down here is Punta Gorda, where I normally walk through. This is the Punta Gorda Bridge, and I am just off of Grassy Point, like I mentioned here today. I've been walking up and down all of these streets. I'm currently on Morgan Lane, and these are the two homes to the left and right of me. We're gonna do this pretty quickly because I wanna get to the one at the end of the street as well. So the first one is the 3-bed, 3-bath, 2,500 square feet, built in 1969. I did look this up, guys. This had some flood damage from Helene. I don't know about Milton. Looks like they just recently did a price drop as well. So you can see you're just kind of right out into the harbor here. You have almost pretty much direct access. So this is one of those homes that, again, a little lower lying. They weren't built up back when they built these. You can see the flooring is going to need to be replaced. It's being sold as is. So $629 in the current condition, which is accounting again for the flooding damage that was recently done. We'll jump back here to the pool and let's see the price history on this bad boy. So it looks like, unfortunately, they're taking a loss on this already. They bought it for $685 in 2022. They put it back up in 24 for $759. Price drops down until September here, right under 7. And then when the hurricane came through afterwards, we're sitting at $629 currently, $251 a square foot, which is a pretty good price per square foot. The Zestimate is kind of all over the place right now. Don't see why it would have gone. Oh, that's when they listed it. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, jumping across the street to the other house that I showed, this is $459,000. They just had a $20,000 price cut. I couldn't find anything on the MLS that indicated that this had any water damage, but it is right across the street from the other home. 2 beds, 2 baths, 1,659 square feet, built in 74, $277 a square foot. Let's see what we got. Okay, looks pretty clean. Definitely an older style home. Definitely an older style bathroom. Some interesting choices in there, in my personal opinion. And this is the kitchen. No pool on this one, guys, just the dock, which from the aerial is a little bit of a tight situation back there. Yeah, you can see the other seawalls right here. So, but you can get a boat in there. So this property actually sold in 2021 for $365,000, comes back on the market for $500 grand in 2024 back in March, and we've got some slight price drops, nothing crazy, 2%, 1%, 4%, currently sitting at $459. All right, now let's go to the end of the block because this one's got a big lot and a regular shaped lot. What are they asking? $995. 4 beds, 3 baths, 2,700 square feet, built in 06, so a newer house, $366 a square foot. Let's take a look here. So you got a nice size lot here at the end of the cul-de-sac. I'm not going to go through the 3D tour. We saw the outside of the house already. It looks like it's a little elevated, more so than the ones surrounding it. Yeah, and you can see the pool is even elevated back here. What is the interior looking like? Yeah, you got a lot of space at almost 3,000 square feet in here. This is a big house. From 2006, looks like it's from 2006, but seems to be well maintained. Looks clean. Looks, you know, nothing's jumping out at me. Oh, that's a nice view of the pool out there. So you guys can see that this property is built up a little bit higher than the older ones. The water's here and it has a raised, not only is the land built up, but the pool is built up. So I don't see anything about any flood damage. Didn't see anything that indicated that. This is a nice size cage. I like that. You get a little covered area back here. And then you've got a railing for the pool protection. The pool's lower than the rest of the home. That's interesting. Nice deck area over here. So this one's brand new to the market, guys. Don't think we're gonna see any price drops. Only 31 days on market here. And let's take a look if there is any. What does Zillow think? Zillow thought this was about 1.2 in the peak, and it's got it at about 9
$995 right now. So just a little bit, actually it's saying $950 here. So yeah, what about 5% less than the asking price like we usually see, guys? So yeah, it's this is brand new, no decrease yet. Purchased in 1992 for $211,000. That is obviously when they bought the land, and then they must have built the house in 2006. Nice size lot though, almost half an acre on the water, and we'll get back to the video.
Another thing I want to touch on is an article by Slate that I came across stating that to solve the national housing crisis, we have to start taking advantage of all these spare bedrooms we have. We've never had this many spare bedrooms in the country before, and we need to start using them. And I'm reading this thing like, did AI write this? What? There's no other explanation given for most of the article. It's just, hey, we have a lot of spare bedrooms. Use them. What are you talking about? What does that even mean? Use them for what? To rent them out, to put family in them, to have people stay longer? I don't understand. It was interesting to see some of the data that they uncovered, that we just have more spare bedrooms than we've ever had. And you know, I kind of understand why that is. Even down here, when you think of retirement, people think of downsizing. And I gotta tell you guys, a lot of people don't downsize. People that come here from up north and they're not looking to buy a condo, they're coming from 2,000, 3,000, sometimes 5,000 square foot houses, and they want something at least 2,200 square feet, 2,500 square feet. Now, it's generally gonna be the wife and the husband. There's usually not kids, but they do want room for the grandchildren, should they show up. So I can see why we've had more bedrooms than we've ever had before, because we're building really, really big houses. You guys know they're not really building starter homes. Some of them we saw in Northport I thought were pretty decent in the 280s though. I mean, 1,300 square foot houses. They are building some, but nationwide it's trending larger and towards luxury. And I've been very surprised by people who want to downsize. I guess if you're downsizing from 6,000 square feet, 2,200 is a downsize, but it's not traditionally what we saw for house sizes down here. So I don't know what they expect everyone to do with those spare bedrooms, but that was the solution that they recommended, was take advantage of them. And every solution I come across, whether it's something like this or it's let's give $25,000 to every first-time home buyer, it's never addressing the unaffordability. It's never addressing pricing or wages being increased. So I guess that's just how they'll continue to do it with these wacky ideas. All right, guys, so this is Florida in December. If you like this video, give me a like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.